They move in the shadows. Their names are never printed in your history books. Their faces are never seen in public. But their influence has shaped empires, toppled kings, and perhaps even now dictates the world you live in. Welcome to the secret societies you never knew existed. Before we descend into the depths of forbidden history, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell, because what you're about to hear might just change how you see everything you thought you knew about power, secrecy, and control. Because while the world looks one way on the surface, beneath it lies an entire network of hidden orders, secret brotherhoods that have whispered to monarchs, influenced revolutions, and protected mysteries so ancient that even today, some historians dare not speak their names. Tonight we pull back the veil. We trace the trails of those who vanished into obscurity and left behind fragments of truth scattered across history. 1. The Hellfire Club, the Devil's Gentleman, England, mid-1700s. A time of powdered wigs, candlelit parlors, and moral rigidity. But deep beneath the respectable veneer of the aristocracy, a different world was unfolding. A world of debauchery, forbidden rituals, and whispered pacts with the devil himself. That world belonged to the Hellfire Club. Founded by Sir Francis Dashwood, an eccentric politician with more charm than conscience, the Hellfire Club wasn't just a gathering of bored nobles. It was a playground for the powerful, where men of influence mingled with poets, thinkers, and the occasional occultist, all under the guise of a gentleman's club. Their motto? Fais ce que tu voudras. Do what thou wilt. Yes, the very same phrase later adopted by Aleister Crowley, the infamous occultist who claimed it as the core of his spiritual law. Inside the tunnels beneath Medmenham Abbey, the members of the Hellfire Club held their secret meetings. They dressed as monks, their leader as the abbot. By candlelight and wine, they indulged in acts the church would call blasphemous, mock ceremonies, symbolic rituals, and whispers of invoking darker forces. But here's the question historians still debate. Was it all a joke? A decadent rebellion against religious hypocrisy? Or were they tapping into something far more sinister? Some records speak of seances, of black masses performed in the catacombs, of secret guests, women whose names were never recorded, and figures who vanished from political life soon after attending. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The Hellfire Club didn't just flirt with darkness, it danced with it. And though the club eventually dissolved, the legend lived on. From Dashwood's Abbey to modern conspiracies about elite gatherings in the woods, the echoes of the Hellfire Club still whisper through time, reminding us that wherever power and secrecy meet, temptation is never far behind. The Thule Society, the birthplace of a nightmare. Germany, 1918, a nation defeated, a people humiliated, and in the ashes of the First World War, something dark began to rise. The Thule Society. To outsiders, it looked like just another nationalist club, aristocrats and intellectuals lamenting their country's fall. But beneath that polished surface was an obsession, with the occult Aryan mysticism and ancient pagan bloodlines. Founded in Munich by Rudolf von Sebottendorf, the Thule Society claimed descent from the lost civilization of Thule, a mythical Arctic homeland said to be the origin of the Aryan race. Their meetings combined political discussions with esoteric rituals. Runic symbols decorated their halls. They studied ancient texts, dabbled in astrology, and practiced secret initiations. But Thule wasn't just about myth, it was about power. And from within its ranks emerged men whose names would soon define one of history's darkest chapters. The society financed a small political group, the German Workers' Party, and one fateful day a man named Adolf Hitler walked into their meeting. Within a few years, that small circle evolved into the National Socialist Party, and the Thule Society's racial mysticism became the ideological seedbed for Nazi occultism. Historians often argue how much influence the Thule Society truly had on Hitler. Some say it was minimal. Others claim its doctrines shaped the entire mythos of the Third Reich. What we do know is this. Many early Nazi symbols, including the swastika, were already used by Thule members long before Hitler ever adopted them. They saw themselves not as politicians, but as vessels of a higher destiny. And that belief, that they were chosen by ancient forces to restore a lost world, fueled one of the deadliest ideologies in history. When the Nazis rose to power, The Thule Society was officially disbanded, but by then, its work was done. Its members had scattered, its symbols absorbed into the machinery of the Reich, and the world would pay the price for the dreams of men who thought they were resurrecting gods. The Order of Nine Angles, the cult that worshipped chaos. Some secret societies hide behind wealth, others behind philosophy or religion, but there exists one that hides behind the shadows themselves, a group so extreme that even modern occultists refuse to speak its name aloud. It calls itself the Order of Nine Angles, or simply O9A. Born from the fractured remains of post-war occult circles in Britain, O9A was not a society of candlelight rituals or ancient tomes. It was a network, decentralized, secretive, and militant. Its teachings combined Satanism, pagan mysticism, and an ideology of chaos designed to destroy moral boundaries. The order taught that to achieve spiritual evolution, one must embrace the forbidden, violence, deception, and even death, as gateways to transcendence. Its initiates followed a sinister path, a journey meant to transform them into Homo galacticus, a new, godlike species. But to reach that state, one had to prove loyalty to darkness. Over the decades, O9A's writings, spread anonymously through pamphlets and online forums, inspired fringe movements across the world. Some offshoots allegedly infiltrated neo-Nazi and extremist circles, merging occultism with terrorism. Others claimed to be nothing more than philosophical rebels, pushing society's moral limits. But here's where the lines blur. Because O9A has no official membership list, no headquarters, no leader. Anyone can claim allegiance, anyone can act in its name. And that's precisely what makes it so dangerous. Law enforcement agencies in multiple countries have linked individuals accused of violent crimes to O9A's ideology. Yet whenever investigators look for the organization, it vanishes, like a shadow that was never there. Was it ever real or just an idea, designed to spread fear and fascination? Maybe that's the point. The Order of Nine Angles doesn't need followers. It only needs believers. The Priory of Sion, the keepers of the holy blood. In the quiet hills of southern France, legends cling to the stones like ivy. Stories of buried treasure, lost kings, and a secret so powerful it could rewrite Christianity itself. At the center of it all stands the Priory of Sion. According to some accounts, the priory was founded in 1099 during the First Crusade. Its purpose? To protect a secret, one said to involve the bloodline of Jesus Christ. Yes, you heard that right. The Priory of Sion was believed to be the guardian of the Holy Grail. But not a cup, a bloodline. The legend claims that Jesus and Mary Magdalene had descendants, and that their lineage continued in secret, protected by generations of initiates sworn to preserve their truth. For centuries, whispers of the priory's existence surfaced in connection with the Knights Templar, Rennes-le-Château, and even the Merovingian dynasty, France's ancient royal bloodline. But the real mystery exploded into the modern world in 1982, with the publication of Holy Blood, Holy Grail. The authors claim to have uncovered hidden documents from the French National Library, Les Dossiers Secrets, naming historical figures like Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, and Victor Hugo as former Grand Masters of the Priory. It was a revelation that shook both religious scholars and conspiracy theorists alike. Could such a powerful secret truly have survived for 1,000 years? Then came the Da Vinci Code, and the Priory of Sion entered pop culture as the ultimate symbol of sacred secrecy. But here's where things get complicated. In the 1990s, researchers discovered that the Priory might not date back to the Crusades at all, but to the 1950s, when a Frenchman named Pierre Plantard allegedly fabricated documents to claim royal descent. So was the Priory of Sion an ancient order guarding divine bloodlines, or the elaborate hoax of a man hungry for importance? To this day, the debate continues. Some dismiss it entirely. Others believe Plantard was merely a modern messenger, protecting a truth far older than himself. And maybe that's the true secret. The Priory of Sion isn't just a story about faith. It's a story about power, lineage, and the lengths to which people will go to control both. 5. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Wizards among the elite. Long before magic was relegated to fantasy novels, it was the obsession of scholars, scientists, and philosophers. They called it Hermeticism, the belief that hidden laws of the universe could be mastered by those who sought true knowledge. And in Victorian England, that quest for enlightenment took form as the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Founded in 1888 by three Freemasons, William Wynne Westcott, Samuel Liddell MacGregor Mathers, and William Robert Woodman, the Golden Dawn blended Egyptian mysticism, Kabbalah, and alchemy into a complex spiritual system. But unlike other secret orders, the Golden Dawn attracted not aristocrats or politicians, but artists. Poets, playwrights, and visionaries walked its candlelit halls. Its members included W.B. Yeats, the Irish Nobel Prize-winning poet, and Aleister Crowley, the infamous occultist who would later forge his own dark path. Within the Golden Dawn, initiates ascended through ranks: neophyte, adeptus minor, adeptus major, each level granting access to deeper mysteries. They studied rituals invoking angelic forces, meditated on sacred symbols, and sought personal transformation through what they called the Great Work. But as with all secret orders, ambition and ego soon led to conflict. Mathers claimed divine authority, Crowley challenged it, and the order splintered into rival factions. Yet even in ruin, its influence endured. From modern Wicca to ceremonial magic and occult philosophy, traces of the Golden Dawn ripple through nearly every corner of Western esotericism. Its rituals inspired secretive modern lodges. Its symbols appear in music videos, films, and arcane societies that still claim descent from its teachings. Some even whisper that hidden branches of the Golden Dawn still exist today, meeting in libraries, cathedrals, and private homes, keeping the ancient flame alive. If that's true, then perhaps somewhere tonight, someone is lighting a candle and uttering those same words once spoken in the quiet chambers of Victorian London. By the light of the dawn, let the hidden become known. 6. The Bohemian Club, the hidden playground of power. Every July, deep in the redwood forests of Northern California, the most powerful men in the world gather around a burning effigy. They call it the cremation of care. To outsiders, it sounds like myth, something from a dystopian novel. But it's very real. Welcome to the Bohemian Club. Founded in 1872 in San Francisco, the Bohemian Club began as a gathering of artists, journalists, and free thinkers, men who wanted to escape the rigidity of society. But over time, something changed. The Bohemians were joined by bankers, politicians, and corporate tycoons, the likes of Henry Kissinger, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, and George H.W. Bush. And the once innocent retreat became an invitation-only sanctuary for the global elite. Their private campground, known as Bohemian Grove, covers 2,700 acres of ancient forest. Every summer, its secluded groves echo with the laughter of men who shaped the world, CEOs, generals, presidents. But what truly happens there has fueled decades of speculation. Officially, it's all harmless recreation: plays, music, speeches, and bonding among peers. Unofficially, witnesses tell a darker story: the cremation of care ceremony, where a giant wooden owl stands as the symbol of wisdom, is said to represent the burning away of worldly concerns. But conspiracy theorists claim it's something more: a symbolic offering or even a modern echo of ancient rites. When footage from inside Bohemian Grove leaked in the early 2000s, it confirmed what many already suspected: that the most influential men on Earth perform elaborate rituals in total secrecy, rituals that no one outside their circle fully understands. Are they simply dramatizing their own importance? Or are they performing rites passed down from far older societies, hidden behind the mask of a gentleman's retreat? Whatever the truth, one thing is undeniable: the Bohemian Club proves that in the modern world, power still seeks privacy, and in those private shadows, secrecy always thrives. 7. Skull and Bones, the Brotherhood of Death. At Yale University, among the ivy-covered halls of academia, stands a windowless building of stone. Locals call it the Tomb. Inside, every spring, 15 of the most promising students are chosen, handpicked, initiated, and sworn to secrecy. They become members of Skull and Bones. Founded in 1832, Skull and Bones is one of America's most mysterious collegiate societies. Its members, known as Bonesmen, include some of the most powerful figures in U.S. history: presidents, senators, CEOs, intelligence chiefs. Among them, William Howard Taft, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, and John Kerry. The initiation rituals are infamous, whispered about for generations. Candidates reportedly lie in coffins, confess their sexual histories, and participate in bizarre mock ceremonies overseen by masked members. To the uninitiated, it may sound absurd. To those inside, it's the creation of unbreakable loyalty, the kind that lasts a lifetime. For Skull and Bones, secrecy isn't just tradition, it's power. From Wall Street to Washington, members have quietly supported one another's careers for nearly 2 centuries. Some claim that Bonesmen helped found the CIA, that their connections influenced wars and elections, and that their private archives contain artifacts of historical and occult significance. The Society's emblem, a skull and crossbones with the number 322 beneath it, is said to reference the Greek orator Demosthenes, symbolizing a new order founded in his image. Others say it hides a darker code, a date, a death, or a secret lineage. But the truth may lie not in their symbolism, but in their influence. Because when the sons of privilege are bound together in secrecy and ambition, history itself can become their playground. Skull and Bones may not summon demons or chant incantations, but through wealth, power, and allegiance, they've done something far more potent. They've shaped reality. 8. The Aetherius Society, calling the gods of space. Not all secret societies are born in the shadows of Earth. Some look to the heavens for their mysteries. In the 1950s, as UFO sightings swept across post-war skies, one man claimed he had heard a message, not from God, but from beings beyond the stars. His name was George King, and what he founded became known as the Aetherius Society. Unlike other esoteric orders, the Aetherius Society mixed spirituality with science fiction. King, a British taxi driver turned mystic, claimed he was chosen by extraterrestrial masters to prepare humanity for a new cosmic age. He said these beings, from Venus, Mars, and beyond, were advanced spiritual entities guiding Earth's evolution. And he was their prophet. King's followers believed that through meditation, prayer, and spiritual energy batteries, they could store and release psychic power to heal the planet and prevent disasters. Their secret gatherings involved chanting mantras, transmitting energy, and invoking cosmic names like Aetherius, Mars Sector 6, and the Master Jesus, now a cosmic being among the stars. It sounds absurd to skeptics, but to the initiated, it's a continuation of an ancient pattern. Humanity reaching for divine contact, and this time, through the lens of modern mythology. And here's what makes the Aetherius Society truly fascinating. Unlike most secret orders, it never hid its existence. It thrived quietly beneath the radar, combining spirituality and secrecy into something that feels half religion, half cosmic fraternity. Today, the Aetherius Society still exists, with branches in London, Los Angeles, and New Zealand. Its members continue their missions to send energy to crisis zones, claiming to aid world harmony. Sincere belief or elaborate delusion, it doesn't matter, because every secret society from the Hellfire Club to the Golden Dawn shares one common truth. They are all driven by the same human hunger, to connect with the unseen, to touch something greater, to hold the power that lies beyond understanding. 9. The Bilderberg Group, the invisible government. Once a year, behind closed doors in a luxury hotel somewhere in Europe or North America, they gather. Royalty, billionaires, prime ministers, presidents, bankers, generals. No press, no recordings, no public records. This is the Bilderberg Group. Officially, it's just a private conference, an annual meeting founded in 1954 at the Hotel de Bilderberg in the Netherlands. Its stated purpose? To foster dialogue between Europe and the United States. But for decades, conspiracy theorists have called it something else, the shadow government. Because unlike the Bohemian Club's theatrics or Skull and Bones' student rituals, the Bilderberg Group wields real-world influence. Behind those soundproof doors, global policies are discussed. Economics, war, technology, population, climate. Attendees include leaders of NATO, the European Union, the IMF, Google, Microsoft, and major banks. And though participants insist no decisions are made, history tells a different story. Former attendees have gone on to become presidents, prime ministers, and corporate titans within years of their first invitation. Coincidence or coordination? The group operates under Chatham House rules, meaning that while attendees may use the information gained, they may never reveal who said what. No minutes, no votes, no transparency. It's the perfect breeding ground for suspicion. Theorists claim the Bilderberg meeting set the global agenda: the rise and fall of currencies, the direction of wars, the manipulation of media and markets. Some say it's the modern face of ancient secret orders, the final evolution of the Illuminati or Freemasonry, now disguised beneath suits and smiles. But perhaps the truth is simpler and more terrifying. Perhaps they don't need to call themselves a secret society, because when you already control the world, secrecy becomes unnecessary. 10. The 9 Unknown Men, the Guardians of Forbidden Knowledge. Our final secret takes us far from Europe and America, into the heart of ancient India. There a legend persists, older than empires, older than religion itself. It tells of 9 unknown men, a secret council of sages entrusted with humanity's most dangerous knowledge. According to the story, they were created by Emperor Ashoka the Great after the bloody Battle of Kalinga around 270 BCE. Haunted by the death and destruction his conquest caused, Ashoka renounced violence and founded this brotherhood to ensure that certain truths, those that could destroy civilization, would never fall into the wrong hands. Each of the 9 was said to guard a sacred book containing advanced knowledge in a specific field: propaganda, physiology, microbiology, alchemy, communication, gravitation, cosmology, light, and sociology. Together, they held the keys to power, the kind that could change the world or end it. Some historians dismiss the 9 as a myth, a fable meant to symbolize wisdom. But throughout history, odd fragments appear: inventors and scientists who made sudden, inexplicable leaps forward. Manuscripts describing ideas centuries ahead of their time. And always, whispers of mysterious benefactors guiding them. In the 19th and 20th centuries, writers and explorers began piecing together the tale. French author Louis Pauwels and journalist Jacques Bergier popularized it in The Morning of the Magicians, suggesting the 9 might still exist, steering human progress from behind the veil of anonymity. Even the U.S. government took an interest. According to declassified documents, intelligence agencies during the Cold War investigated legends of secret councils in India and Tibet that might possess ancient technologies. Coincidence? Or evidence that the 9 were real, still protecting humanity from its own inventions? If they do exist, they would be the oldest secret society on Earth, and perhaps the most successful, because unlike every other order before them, they have never been found. From the Hellfire Club's underground rituals, to the Thule Society's dark dreams of empire, from Skull and Bones to the cosmic prayers of the Aetherius believers, every secret society we've uncovered tonight shares one undeniable thread: the hunger for control, for transcendence, for truth, forbidden, elusive, and powerful. Across continents and centuries, men and women have built hidden brotherhoods to guard what cannot be spoken, and though their symbols change, their purpose does not. They are mirrors of humanity itself, our curiosity, our ambition, our fear of the unknown. Some sought wisdom, some sought power, some sought immortality. But all believed one thing: that the world you see is not the world that is. And maybe they were right. Maybe the true secret society is not an organization at all, but a mindset, a lineage of thought passed through whispers and hidden texts, through forgotten temples and encrypted files. The secret that knowledge, real knowledge, is never free. It must be earned, protected, and hidden. So the next time you pass an old building with no sign, or notice a symbol carved into a cathedral door, or see familiar faces shaking hands behind closed doors, ask yourself, is this coincidence or continuity? Because even now, beneath our modern world of satellites and algorithms, the ancient orders are still at work, weaving history from the shadows. If you've made it this far into the dark, remember, curiosity has a price. So tread carefully, seeker, and before you leave, make sure to subscribe, because next time, we'll uncover the ones still hiding among us. Until then, keep your eyes open. The truth is watching you.